Hello team, it is January 2020. Can you believe it? We have made it 3 weeks into this year already. It seems like just the other day we were saying Happy New Year. Before we know it, we're going to be saying Happy New Year and it's going to be 2021. Until then, we have a lot to accomplish. We're on a big mission, a big vision with a big purpose. So I want to give you our monthly update. I'm going to do this every month and like to just share kind of where we're at, where we're going, what are some of the big things that we're working on, and feel like this is probably a good communication media for that. So as we get started in January, there's a lot going on. One of the big initiatives that we have as we launched this week is called HIPAA Watchdog. HIPAA Watchdog is a platform that you'll find under the employee portal. When you click on that, username access, you're going to find a lot of great information. It's going to be your full credentialing packet if you're a provider. You're going to see all your licenses, expiration dates, the statuses. Also, one of the things that we've got to get really up to speed on every year in January is our HIPAA compliance, our CMS compliance, OSHA compliance, all our standard annual trainings will be found right there. So when you log on, you're going to see training. Click on that training button and get to work. All right, we all need to be compliant. So there's 4 or 5 standard annual trainings that you'll see that we're going to do. We'll also be adding others along the way. In addition to training, which is what we're going to launch first, we're going to teach you about your credentialing packet. We're going to onboard any new teammates there as well. It's going to be a great resource for us to onboard and keep a very structured program. As you know, as we've grown, we've experienced a lot of bumps and bruises, and part of that is on onboarding. That would be expected with new companies, especially growth companies, but now it's time to start to level that out and put in some real good stop gaps, good features to make the onboarding experience a lot more pleasurable and a lot more strict, and have our policies and procedures set up. Now that leads us into policy and procedures. That's another aspect of this. We're really excited to have a repository which we can dump all of our documents in and have document integrity or version integrity. So as we have created documents and upgraded documents, kind of lost control a little bit because we have this big G drive, our Google Drive. And we drop everything in there, and what we shared with you when you first started may have been updated since then. And we may not have sent it to you. That's okay. That's part of growth also. Any big updates we've given you, we've talked to you about. But now we're going to be able to have a site, a repository of all of our documents in one place. You'll see all of our policy and procedures. If you have a question about anything, you'll refer back to this one singular site where all of our policy and procedures will be found. We're also going to have some things in there that we're going to ask you to attest to. So things like our vacation policy, our company values, what is our culture? So we have those written out. We'd like for you to read those and just sign that I read them. Okay, that's an attestation. On the provider side, we're also going to have some testing as we grow and as we evolve and as we have great, exciting new services and new science and new literature. We're going to throw some of that in there and put some testing with that too, so that we all stay current. So we're really excited about HIPAA Watchdog. Please use it, okay? So we need you to use it. Your managers are going to start holding each other accountable to those. And so we're going to ask you, hey, have you signed your attestation on our core values, or on our vacation policy, or on our discrimination policy, or equal opportunity employment policies, things like that that are mandatory. That's where we're going to find them. We're really excited to get that launched. Paula Lee is the champion for that, okay? So any questions that you have, go straight to Paula. She's going to be the one onboarding this. She'll contact each of you. You're going to receive an email with your username and password, and then we're going to start with training. We need you to do your annual trainings, and then we go from there. All right, so that's the first thing, is HIPAA Watchdog. Second thing is, I'd like to welcome our newest hires in January. So far, I believe we have 3. If we have anybody else, I greatly apologize, but I know of 3 for sure that have onboarded with us in January. The first is Timothy Wadley. He's a paramedic. We're very excited that you're here to help us with our infusions, with our nasal ketamine, with TMS, and with our procedures. Second, Terry Anderson. He is an LPC coming to us from Baptist. We're really excited about Terry. Terry has a wealth of knowledge, multi-decades of experience, and we're just very grateful that you're here. And last but not least is Brittany McFadden. She is our credentialing specialist coming in to help us overcome this horrible world of credentialing that we're in. So Brittany, we're glad that you're here. So thank you all for trusting in us and choosing us as your team. We're grateful. All right, another very exciting thing that I'd like to share with you is regarding grant opportunities. We've been working with the Arkansas Department of Economic Development, and we've been working with the Chamber of Commerce on a number of initiatives. As a growing company, there's some attraction to us around just what we're doing and being exciting, and that we are an evolving employer. That grabs some attention in the state. I mean, we went from just a handful of employees less than 2 years ago to near 50 employees in Little Rock alone. So we've got some incentives coming our way, one of which is going to be through grant dollars. Grant, praise the Lord for grants. Free money. We're going to take advantage of that. All right, there's a couple different categories of money that we can participate in, and we're going to need your active participation in this. One is in training. Training. What is it you would like to be trained in? Well, as a therapist, we'd like for many of you to be trained in MAPS. We'd like for you to be trained in ketamine-assisted psychotherapy. There are classes for that. Well, we can now send you to those classes, and that can be paid for under grant money. For our physicians, we'd like for you to be trained in transcranial magnetic stimulation. We can send you to class for that. This is awesome. The state's going to help us pay for that. For any class that you can imagine that helps you progress, that helps your professional development emerge, evolve, to continue learning, please send us ideas. Send that through your managers, okay? So if you're a provider, please go through Dr. Lawless or Dr. Gibson and let them know some of the classes that you're interested in. You guys know what classes are upcoming in the country. We know a lot of classes as well. We're going to send you out some classes, and this grant will even pay for travel expenses. It'll pay for airfare, hotel, food, the course itself, all right? It will also pay for us to bring trainers here. So I would like to see us develop a good kind of professional development class, a culture building class, leadership classes, where we bring consultants in, industry leaders. We bring them right here to Little Rock, and we do team building activities. We let them teach us. As you know, I am a student. I'm a lifelong student. I love to learn. I'm passionate about learning, and I'm also passionate about teaching. Now, this is an opportunity for us to be taught, all right, to be taught, and to pay great experts to come in right here to Little Rock and teach us. So please, I ask for your engagement on this, to let us know classes that you would like to see happen in Alleviant. And we'll do our best to make that happen in 2020. This grant can revolve every year. And so if you hear something in 2021, make sure and shoot us that too. We'll fill out the grant paperwork for it and see what we can get approved. Okay, so we're really excited about that. A really big opportunity for us is in ketamine infusions. So we were asked a couple months ago to help write a policy that would at least discuss IV ketamine and nasal ketamine in light of what we believe is a gold standard treatment facility that we've created, where we put safety standards in place. We put a team in place to care for patients. So we were able to write that policy for an insurance company, a major payer, right here in Little Rock. It went through their system and it was approved. So probably for the first time ever in this country, IV ketamine is going to be approved now. It's still going to be approved under pre-authorization, the same as nasal ketamine or TMS would be. It still requires us to do some due diligence, but overall we're super uber excited about this. this. It's going to be such a great benefit to our patients. So right now, that policy is through Qual Choice. So if we have a patient that has Qual Choice, we should be able to submit a pre-authorization for IV ketamine, nasal ketamine, or TMS, okay? So really excited about that. The criteria in this policy are they have to have failed 2 treatments. That's it. And then the treatment's very, their policy allows us a lot of flexibility because it gives us the choice. Do we want nasal or do we want IV? And it gives us a lot of choice in how frequently we see them. But the best thing about the policy is that they believed us in that we believe this has to be a team. The team has to come together to treat the patient. This should not be something that's done alone in standalone clinics that just do IV infusions. We saw that and evolved from that. We need your help as the medical team, as the psychology team, to come together for the best interest of this patient and to make them better. To give their body the reset it needs to start healing so that you can do your job a lot faster and more efficiently, so that our physicians and nurse practitioners can start managing their medicines a lot more efficiently and hopefully reducing a lot of their medicines. Get rid of some of those medicines that don't need to exist because the body starts healing again. So we're so excited about that and so grateful to Qual Choice for asking us to participate in that. So thank you to everybody that was involved. Thank you, Dr. Lawless and Dr. Gibson, Dr. Redding, and Dr. Barris for helping with this policy. It was timely. We're just really excited. Now we believe we can take this and go around to the other insurers and present it, and that really it's going to be a domino effect because the time is right. People are aware that IV ketamine works. Now it's time to get it paid for. So thank you again. All right, we have upcoming events. We've been doing a lot of events, and I'd like to just take a few minutes and thank all those involved. Katja, thank you so much. You are a mastermind when it comes to marketing and events and community service, and I hope you guys all see we care about community. We balance profit with purpose. And by the way, we're not a profitable entity yet. So please don't think we're making a lot of money and everybody's getting rich over here, because we're not. We're putting money into this company and into events and doing everything we can to improve the lives of our patients, to improve the lives of our community, people that aren't our patients. It's our social responsibility. Why? We have been blessed with knowledge. We've been blessed with resource. It's time for us to use that knowledge and resource to better our communities. So we need your active participation in this community building initiative. Whenever you think of something that the community can benefit from, throw it our way. Let's brainstorm it. All right? You know we've done a number of events so far. We've done nutrition for mental health. We've done yoga. We've done mindfulness and meditation. This last month, vision boarding and growth mindset. And in February, I believe it's February the 8th at 2 o'clock at Loft 1023, we have an event right here in downtown Little Rock that's going to be really fun. The Brain and Heart Coherence. What is that? Well, if you don't know, you better come. You better bring your families too. Because have you ever had kind of your heart and your brain tell you a couple different things? Like, I know logically I should think this, but my gut tells me something different. Well, Dr. Lawless is going to explain some of the science behind that. We need to be students too. We don't know it all. So I encourage you to bring your families. We have about 150 seats there. You know these are very popular. We don't just want to fill it up with our team because we know that we can do this separately, that we can record these also. But we do encourage you to participate as you can and just take an active role in this company. We are trying to build something special. Let me rephrase that. Trying is the imperative verb. We are trying. We cannot accomplish this without each and every one of your buy-in and active participation. We are not what other people are. We're not some semi-private practice, come and go as you want, do whatever. We're trying to change behavioral health. Behavioral health has to be changed because quite frankly, it stinks. All right? You should be embarrassed, really, quite frankly, that our behavioral health system is so bad. Our statistics keep getting worse and worse. Suicide rates are not any better. Medication consumption's through the roof. We live in a crappy behavioral health society. We've got to have your active participation to improve behavioral health. You're here for a reason. You were led here for a reason. We all live a purpose-driven life. Now please bring that purpose to us. Participate with us actively at improving behavioral health. I ask for this, I plead for this. We need to build our culture. And our culture has to be centered around quality patient care, number one, and all of us, number two. We have to build an organization that is the destination for patients and for potential teammates. We have to be the destination. The destination is the only way that we can actually really improve a lot, or else we're going to stay small. Now, we're not building a company just to become some big, huge company just because we can. We're building it because out of growth we become a change agent. We believe that we have the ability to share data, the desire to share data. We want to share information. We're an open book. All you got to do is ask. We need you to give us data. We want to give you data. Let's create data so that we can change that data that we see now is really terrible. We can improve it. Even if it's just little by little, patient by patient, community by community, we can change it. But it's going to take each and every one of us. So we've got to keep humility apparent. We have to keep great attitudes. We've got to be happy. We have to be optimistic. We can't let the weight of the world weigh us down all the time and say, well, we can't change things. We can. We truthfully, we honestly, we can do it. But it takes each and every one of us. I can't do it alone. We can't do it alone. You can't do it alone. But as a team, we can absolutely move mountains. So let's please continue to grow together. Let's communicate well. Communication is imperative to a growing company like this. We have exited our startup stage. Startups are difficult, guys. They're not for everybody. It's not a lot of fun, actually. Startups are stressful. You're trying to figure it out from minute to minute, day to day, week to week. Trying to figure out not only policy and procedures and the medical side and how to build teams and how to fund things. It's just not a lot of fun. But we're really out of our startup and we're into our growth phase. Now in growth, that's where culture happens. So if you have a startup mindset, it's time to move on. It's time for us to enter into a growth mindset. If you don't know what that is, let's chat about it. Feel free, let's engage each other because it's going to take each of us to grow, to share our message. If you don't know our mission, vision, and purpose, it's time to learn. We post it everywhere. It's on our website. Go to the About Us link and read. Memorize it. You should be able to repeat our mission, vision, and purpose as well as I repeat it. So it's time that we all synergize here for the best interest of our communities, for the best interest of patients, for the best interest of quality care, and grow this organization because we are different. We are so different. To compare us with other behavioral health entities out there, it's not fair. It's comparing apples with oranges. The knowledge that you bring with your previous experiences should help us get better. Not to stay status quo. We're not a status quo company, okay? We're simply not. Status quo is not what we are and it's not what we will be. We are a growth company. We're here to change the game. So we're very excited that you're here again and we need your active participation. Now, how do we do that? It's through communication. This week, Dr. Gibson sent out a new communication tree that outlines who the managers are. communicate through your managers, all right? I want to communicate with each and every one of you, but I don't, quite frankly, have the time, and I may tell you some things that are not correct. I don't know all the answers to everything. Your manager should know a lot more than me about what's going on with you, and that's going on with what's going on in your clinic too. Your managers know. I don't know. And so if you call me specifically and ask me for something, I'm going to refer you back to your manager because I really won't know. And I don't want to overstep either and say something that your manager didn't say. So let's start doing kind of that and communicating through your managers, and then your managers will communicate through everybody else, and then it really starts to make sense, and we can get great communication integrity in place. All right? So please do me a favor and do your best to communicate through your managers. All right? Franchising. Now, where are we at? Right now, we have 9 open clinical sites. All right? We're really excited about where we're at. We've been in business 28 months now. That's good. That's good growth. Now, this year, it's going to be some really spectacular growth. Nothing like 2021, though. 2021 is going to be a fabulous year. I cannot wait to share our growth plans with you. But in 2020, we're still going to grow. All right? We have some new franchises that are pending. I just want to share with you a couple of those. And I want to share with you how word's getting out. All right? We are not actively advertising in the world right now. We do some local stuff, but we're not advertising in Colorado or Canada or Kentucky or anywhere like that. But we had a phone call that I don't even know when it was, probably a week ago or so, but we have a follow-up phone call today with a physician out of California. And the question was, well, how'd you find us? Well, he was on a retreat, on a vacation down at Lake Tahoe and read about us in Lake Tahoe. We were in some magazine or something in Lake Tahoe, and I find that fascinating and exciting and invigorating that word is out and people are talking about Alleviant Health Centers. They're only talking about us for one reason, because people do believe in our mission. The time is right. It is time for this country to change, and this decade, 2020 to 2030, is the decade of change, particularly in mental health. You have the option to be part of it or to be a tag-along. Your friends that are out there, they can be part of a change or they're going to be left in the dust. All right? We have to lead this change. Holistic medicine is here. A new generation that is informed is here. People that no longer want to just live on pills for life are here. It is time, and now it's time for us to lead this. I'm so excited because people are noticing that across the country. We have some other potential franchises happening in multiple states. We'll let you know as those really start to evolve, but we could sign a couple of those as early as the next couple weeks. So when that happens, we're going to let you know. We're also going to be creating a very structured training program for our franchisees. So it's going to require a lot of people's input, all right? So this company, we're here to educate. So while you're doing a super important job of seeing patients, we're also going to ask for just a little bit more, and that's going to be to train people. So as we bring in our new franchisees, we're going to ask at times that you spend a little bit of time with them and share what it is you do, what your role is, what your experience is, and train them as well, okay? So it'll be a structured program. It's not like we're just going to send people with you for an entire day and say, figure it out. But just know it's coming over the first couple quarters of this year, very structured training for our franchisees. And we're going to we really appreciate your participation on this. And if you see an opportunity on some better way to train them, please let us know, because we need to improve our education. All right. One of the most exciting things in 2020 is going to be our new facility. I know we're all excited about it. World-class facility coming to Little Rock, Arkansas. Premier Medical Plaza at Rodney Parham. What is it and what are we doing? So, shared a lot with you about this. But at the core of what we're doing is team-based care. You got nutrition, you got yoga, You have integrated medicine, child services, adult services, procedures. You got everything under one roof. Well, regarding the restaurant, I'm super excited about that. Not only for me, but for you. We're going to have awesome nutritional services. One heck of a restaurant. I just want to share with you a little bit, okay? So we don't know everything. We don't claim to know everything. I don't know anything about yoga. I know I like to do it. I also know when I do it, I like to fall asleep. I'm probably not the person to lead a yoga class, but I like to go. There are people out there that are experts at yoga, and we're partnering with them. Stacy Reynolds is our partner. She's the one going to lead our yoga studio. Well, same thing about restaurants. I'm not the best cook, but I sure do like to eat. Well, I want to eat good food, so we're going to partner with the best people we can find. We started those discussions. There's a restaurant chain that manages different aspects of restaurants, from managing everything to managing very little. And the odds are we're probably going to partner with an organization that can largely manage a restaurant, because we don't know how to manage a restaurant. But what we do know is we know how to take care of patients. And we know nutritional deficiencies are paramount to fixing, to be able to have a healthy individual, to be able to improve their quality of life. Our restaurant, that is core. It's going to be a busy place. We've met with consultants. We know this can be a very busy restaurant. But I just want to share with you one of the philosophies behind this. I've talked a lot about education. If you don't know I'm passionate about education, maybe you need to put on a new set of ears. I don't know, because I talk about education all the time. Restaurant is going to be education, not only for our patients, for everybody. The goal is nobody knows who patients are. Nobody knows who people off the street are. It's just a place that people can come and get good quality food, where we address lifestyle issues as well. Now, one of the stressors in probably most of our lives are, what are we going to eat? How much time do we have? Are we any good at cooking? Are we going to eat ramen noodles? Or can we make something a little better? Well, regarding our patient population, when we draw labs, we can quickly find out some of the things that are overwhelming them or underwhelming them. So are they really stressed? Do they need to be put on a very powerful anti-inflammatory regimen? Do they have low levels of vitamins and minerals? When we evaluate that, we can then shift them over to our nutritionist, who can create individualized meal plans. Now, when they come to the restaurant, again, this isn't just for patients. So nobody's going to know who a patient is and not, because we're going to have programs to teach people that are not patients as well. Our restaurant is going to be designed in a way that is built around education at its core. There's probably none other that's ever been designed like this. I've never seen it. I don't know. This is all just thinking about, what would we want? What do we want to share? And how do we want to share it? So I want you to just kind of picture this. We have a horseshoe-shaped bar. Lots of seats. It's a pretty big restaurant. There's a lot of seats. At that bar, we have cooktops, and we also have plug-ins. We have chef educators and nutritionists that are there to teach. The bar is open. They bring over the individualized meal plan that has been designed between them, the nutritionist, and the chef. And then our chef teaches our clients how to make food. And what happens? They're going to take that knowledge home. They're going to start to help their children eat better. They're going to eat better. And then over time, we start to make things better. But we're doing it through education. So we're really excited about it. It's not just food, it's smoothies, it's juices. We're even going to teach you how to make healthy ice cream. How awesome is that going to be? I love ice cream. I'm a sweetaholic, so we got to do something that's healthy instead of go to Kroger and buy Yarnell's or something. We're going to teach you guys how to make some really healthy, fun foods that also your kids are going to love, and your kids are going to be participating. We're going to teach our kids to be better consumers. That's the goal. Let's create a better system. So over 20 years, we can do even more. We can really start to change families. We can really start to change communities. We can really start to decrease healthcare costs. We can really start to improve the quality of people's lives. get them off of this addiction to our healthcare system. It's time together that we create healthcare. It's time to break this mold of disease care. We're done with disease care in this country. Now, 2020 forward, it's time for us to build our mindsets around healthcare. With that in mind, that's about all I have for this January update. I ask for your input. I ask for communication through your managers. I ask for your guidance on this grant money, on any training that you want. I ask that you keep a smile on your face. Even when things are tough, please keep a smile. Your patients deserve it. They deserve the best from you. We deserve the best from each other. We deserve it because we are better than what we currently are. We should all strive to be better all the time. Please keep that in mind. Keep a smile on your face. And I wish you all the best. Thank you very much.